So here's one of my concerns about politics in the United States. The right wing has really created an extremely powerful and effective propaganda machine. I mean, they have their media just completely captured and operating in sync. I mean, you can pretty much look at whatever rhetoric the Republicans are saying and get the same stuff from all the major right wing channels. Unlike on the left, where you have different factions and big ones, right? Because someone on the right will say that they have people who are that will go against the main narrative, but no one big. All the big players, they're all pushing the same narrative that you're going to see on Fox. Same thing put on GOP. You don't have that on the left. They're targeting kids, right? Literally, you have people like Ben Shapiro and others, Charlie Kirk, who are actively out there, in their words, grooming kids, right? I mean, what do you think? I mean, again, I'm using their like they. This is how they've described what they mean by grooming, right? They try to say, "Oh, the left is trying to say it's something ridiculous," and they're like, "No, when you're going to kids and you're trying to sort of shape their thinking and ideology and things like that, like that's a form of grooming, right? Like making them feel that transvestites or transgenders is cool or whatever it is. Like that's what they say. That's their sort of cover explanation for no, it's not what you think. It's just thing, right? Well, using that language, they're grooming kids, right? The left does not have. You don't have like the Young Turks going to like colleges and targeting young kids. You don't have these left wing groups or channels. Like look at all the major left wing commentators. None of them are going to colleges and targeting. Like that's their thing. Like they have some kind of big thing for kids. Um, so they're not grooming kids again in their language. The right wing is. But this is one of my fears, right? This stuff is very effective. There's a reason why people use propaganda because it's effective. It works. And I've been hearing talk over time. The left gets frustrated with how the right is able to move the needle so greatly because of this powerful network they have going, this infrastructure. Um, and they want their side to do the same thing. This keep people keep saying it's like we got to fight back, we got to this and that, and I heard somebody recently talking about how the right is always doing these mega conferences and we should do that. Now, simply having conferences, I guess, fine, whatever. Educating people about how our government works and the election process works and how they can get involved. But I think it's a fight back fire with fire thing that they're thinking about. They're not thinking about just having conferences. They're thinking about doing like these propaganda type conferences where, you get people all riled up. Like imagine a big, there's the DNC is traveling around the country to all these liberal cities and having these mega thing. And they bring in a bunch of Obama and whatever, and they're in there and the lights and whatever, and they're like, the right is the racist, and we are gonna stop these. Like imagine if they were doing that. Like that's what the right wing is doing, right? Doing these mega conferences, targeting kids, targeting colleges, pushing out this divisive narrative of how evil the left is and communism. This. Imagine the left going around doing the same thing, going around the country and just they're racist or whatever, right? Having conferences and celebrity events and imagine if everybody was on board. You got TYT saying the same thing as MSNBC, uh, the RBN guys saying the same thing, Humanist Report, Brian Tyler Cohen, CNN. Imagine if they, instead of being all over the place, if they all united and they were all pushing the same rhetoric, and then they had these like events, right, celebrity events and whatever, and you had a bunch of superstar left wingers that show up at all these events, and they saying stuff. The left is racist, and the crowd is like, yeah, really, like that. I mean, that's what you're getting, right? Kat's watching a Carrie Lake event, and she's saying all this bonkers stuff, and you got all these right wingers sitting there, screaming, yeah. I mean, like it's some kind of a concert or something. That's not the future I want. I mean, it's bad enough that you're getting this in the right wing. Can you imagine a future where the left wing and right wing do the same thing? Like everybody just goes full in on propaganda. Now, I know some dishonest actors will try to say that I'm saying that the left doesn't use propaganda. Of course they do. That's not what I'm saying, but not at that level. The propaganda on the left is a joke compared to what's going on the right. Like they're doing some professional level stuff. The left is doing some amateur level stuff. Um, I mean, look at how Biden is just giving them crumbs, and there's no major outrage. There's no major like direct action. They're just like sleeping through all of this. It's the right that's very animated and getting out there and fighting and doing all this kind of stuff. Yeah, the left in this country is weak. But again, a future where we have two sides doing the same level of propaganda and just if you think it's bad now, imagine what that would look like. This is the Debating Channel. Debate in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well. I hope that's not our future.